Jo Leute und herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Stream hier auf meinem Kanal. Jetzt wieder mit Wuthering Waves.
It's time.
Und es laggt mal wieder extrem. Ja, das Spiel ist halt noch nicht wirklich, sagen wir mal, komprimiert etc. irgendwie sowas. Und ist daher ja noch sehr laggy. Ich bitte das natürlich zu verzeihen, aber ich möchte euch trotzdem das Spiel hier präsentieren. Ja, wir sind auch relativ
It's
schnell
time.
tatsächlich. Das hat jetzt etwas gedauert. Okay. Lasst uns mal in die Werkstatt gehen. Wenn es nicht so laggen würde.
I mentally prepared myself for the worst, but this place looks much better than Mist, though it is a bit hard to figure out where we should start. Rover? Please don't touch that. Rover, I don't think we'll find what we need here. Rover! This should be it. It's quite a... Let's go back and show it to Mr.
Ja, das könnte jetzt noch ein bisschen dauern.
Mr. Mortivy, we found the parts.
Also, das ist wie in Honkai Star Rail. Das
Good.
ist tatsächlich
Bring it to
immer.
me.
The test results are in.
Ich höre gespannt zu.
The mangosteen is just an ordinary fruit. It's suitable for regular consumption. We found nothing unusual about it. From the purple leaf you presented, I detected subtle fluctuations in tacit discord's frequency from two distinct sources, but they were overlapping and difficult to distinguish. This is a rare occurrence. The scattered nature of these fluctuations rules out the possibility of them being left behind through contact. This is not an ordinary leaf, but it doesn't seem to be a tacit discord either. Based on the data we gathered, I believe it was sampled from an area struck with the wave-worn phenomena.
Yes, the anomalies that occurred after the lament, including the formation of tacit fields, etheric sea, retroact rain, and gravity loss. These are collectively called the wave-worn phenomena, and the lament was the start of it all.
As for the sugar pearl, it has been determined to be a type of oral vaccine. This sugar pearl expired over 20 years ago. The low temperature storage life for this vaccine is about 2 years.
A 20-year-old vaccine. Could it be related to the children's epidemic in Zhengzhou 2 decades ago?
The archives in the academy should have information on the sugar pearl. The archives here are organized in a unique way. You can start by searching the keywords at the lobby terminal.
Mr. Mortivy?
The missing pointer has been installed, and now the sundial should be complete.
So, the discs are rotatable now.
Yes. Align the correct markers with the pointer we just installed, and then you should be able to open it.
The earthly branches and 4 symbols. These symbols are related to the sexagenary cycle. It's an intricate way of recording time in Huanglong. Nowadays, it is mainly reserved for calendars, numerology, and indexing. But it's falling out of daily use now. What kind of information could it represent?
It's the filing system. Most of Huanglong's libraries and databases still use this method to organize their archives, namely the Grand Libraries. The Academy's public archives are organized in this manner too.
Ich werde es tun. Sonnenuhr.
I found it. It's located on the way shelf.
Regalweih.
It's time.
Mao Cheng Si. Wu Wei. Grover, it's here. There are 2 photos. If I remember correctly, Zhenzhou was established during a year of Wei, several cycles ago. The Zhenzhou City Hall and Huashu Academy were built in the same year. The Gorges of Spirits battle sparked Zhenzhou's founding. And the formidable tacit discord described here? I believe it is the Crownless. Rover, about the sugar pearl.
Teile
What
deine
do you
Gedanken.
think, Rover? I've only seen that her some you seem to hold.
Let's look back on what we've gathered so far. Our clues point to the sugar. Simply put, one token can lead to multiple targets, and one target may hold several pieces of information. We both had a reason for meeting. The magistrate had information to share, while I had questions to ask. However, her tokens contain both what she wants to tell me and what I want to ask her. Or maybe she was running out of time. That's why she could only offer us scraps of the puzzle, instead of actually putting it together. Or perhaps she's indeed a master strategist, leaving breadcrumbs for us to follow. In other words, there are people who need to be misled. And it seems there may be hidden dangers lurking in Jinzhou. If it were you, Yang Yang, what would you do to make sure the recipient gets what you mean?
I would emphasize my true message by repeating it again and
Ja, der Livescreen ist heute wieder mal extrem lange in dem Spiel. Also nicht heute, aber jetzt gerade. Ja. Du machst es klingen, als wäre ich alt.
Baiju said he is in great health. No issues to report. We made some progress in investigating the tokens, too.
Wie lief es bei dir?
Nothing special, a typical patrol. Well, Uncle Chang's cat climbed a tree, and on its way down, it landed on Uncle Chempi's head, causing him to take a tumble. Some dogs kept barking and have been scaring the passers-by, so I went there to calm them down. I received a report about someone going missing. I just logged the case and talked to the person who reported it. You're not the one they're searching for, though. Anyhow, I need to visit the person who reported the case tomorrow. Oh, I also tried searching for Rover's terminal number, but the system came up with nothing. The latest record was from today when I took Rover for registration. That's pretty much the update for now.
Soll ich morgen mitkommen?
Are you not going to investigate the tokens? All right, I still owe you a meal. The night markets are closed, though. Let's grab breakfast at Pampoi's restaurant tomorrow before my shift.
Was machen wir jetzt?
Hit the hay, obviously. Don't tell me you're planning on some nightly activities.
Es
Do
ist
you have a
Schlafenszeit.
place to stay, Rover?
Ich werde im Rathaus übernachten. Sanur hat ein Zimmer für mich bereitet. Noch nicht, armes Ich.
I have a vacant guest room in my house. And
Aren't you forgetting something, Yang Yang? Rover told us this morning that he's been offered a stay at the city hall. All right, enough chatter or the sun's gonna come up. Let's get Rover back to the city hall, and we'll leave the rest till tomorrow.
Okay. Erstes Rufen. Gian wäre cool zu haben. Ja, ich habe auch ein paar neue Dinger hier gefarmt.
Mrs. Panwa, good morning. 3 bowls of extra spicy noodles, please. What did I tell ya? Nothing beats a bowl of spicy noodles in the morning.
What do you say, Rover?
Looks like Bijur's locked herself in the lab again. Hasn't left since yesterday. No, wait. Since you're the subject of that research, we could use you as bait to lure her out. We can tie you up at the academy with just a few tugs of the rope. I bet every researcher will come running at you with Bijur leading the pack. Hook, line, and sinker.
Könnten es versuchen, das klingt
By the
gefährlich.
way, now that we figured out the sugar pearl and the sundial, all that's left is that. So it only took us 1 trip to the academy to solve half of our problems. Either Rover's really smart, or Madam Magistrate was gonna make it easy.
What's our next plan of action, Rover? Bijah said the leaf bears the frequencies of Taciden. We must leave this. An ocean of stars, a dark-haired girl, an inverted etheric sea, and you said it was flowing in a certain direction, pointing to the gorges of spirits and the Norfolk Barrens. You've never mentioned this before. The etheric sea and resonance chords in your dreams are real, possibly leading, perhaps. It was more than just a dream. That girl might be the key to recovering your memories. Madam Magistrate's information aside, it's a site of the Threnodian War and the source of all TD outbreaks. The Midnight Rain.
It's a no-go for me if you're leaving the city. My shift's coming up. Protect Rover well, and shoot me. I believe.
Without a doubt.
Events. Oh, die kriegt man kostenlos. Aufsteigender Stern. Oh, das ist auch praktisch. Sanua, Yuan, Abgrundwächter. Dann probieren wir ihn mal aus. Ich habe das Gefühl, er ist einer dieser Herrscher. Oder Wächter oder wie auch immer heißen. Naja, ich bin mal gespannt, wenn es laden würde. Hier. Das ist die richtige. Ne, das hier ist die richtige. Empfindlichkeit.
Let's do this another way. Fear no more. Tell truth from facade. Unstoppable.
Boah, er ist doch übelst mächtig. Oh. Irgendwie habe ich das Gefühl, dass er echt einer der Herrscher ist. Oder der Schützer, Wächter, wie auch immer. Er ist, also alleine schon diese Drachenaugen und dieser Drache im Hintergrund, den er dann beschwört. Ich glaube, er ist echt einer der Herrscher. Oder was glaubt ihr? Könnt ihr ja gerne mal ins Live-Chat schreiben, wenn ihr da seid. Beziehungsweise in die Kommentare, wenn der Stream vorbei ist. Ja, ansonsten, ich finde das einfach so geil. Also wird wahrscheinlich noch ein Balance-Update kommen, wo es gebalanced wird, das mit den Lags. Weil das ist bis jetzt überhaupt nicht gebalanced. Es laggt ja alle 2 Sekunden. Und der Ladescreen ist auch extrem lange.
Yang Yan, did you hear that?
That should be the instructor Yan is in charge. Defense at the city gate has been strengthened.
Am Level 5 erreicht. Das hat aber lange gedauert.
Access pass is required if you're heading to the Norfall Barrens. That place is now off limits. What is your business, young lady? It's my third shift and you're still here.
Oh, you must be the soldier on duty at noon yesterday. Nice to see you again. I'm a resonator and a trained martial artist. I can handle myself. Please, I need to go look for someone. I've
Yeah,
promised the missing man's grandfather to bring him back. Would you let me through?
Be that as it may, I cannot let you, given the current circumstances. My apologies.
Well, everything seems fine in the city. Are things really that bad on the front lines?
That's why we must stay vigilant, so people in the city can go on peacefully with their lives. Besides, General Gian is currently there at the Norfall Barrens base. Dangerous as it is, he will keep an eye on every soldier, including the one you're looking for. We have already sent a report on your case. You could just go home and wait for the good news. What's the point of staying here?
Thank you, but I have already asked the patrol station for help and tried every method I could think of. Please let me through. I promised him, so I gotta give it my all. I understand your concern. I don't want to be a bother. Would it help if I hid my presence and stayed somewhere further away? How about 5 miles? Or maybe 100? Well, 1,000 might be too far, though. I wouldn't be able to see you clearly.
Listen, nobody knows when the soldiers will return, and even if they do, you might not find the one you seek. It's a dangerous road ahead if you want to reach the front lines, and you don't even have an access pass. Your access pass has been verified. Just you two?
Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. I intend to leave the city with them, and they have agreed. Will it be an issue for you?
Ist das erlaubt, bitte?
Well, it says you have the highest level of access, so no procedural issues here. Honestly, he could lead an entire troop out of the city with that access pass, and no one would question it.
Sure. Thanks to your help, I can finally leave the city to find him.
So, dann gehen wir. Gehen wir
Of
zusammen.
course.
Ich find's cool, dass wir sie schon gezogen haben. bin mal gespannt. Weil wir haben scheinbar die höchste Zugangsgenehmigung. Okay. Yang Yang. Hallo.
You don't look like soldiers. Why are you here? The frontliners are right up ahead.
I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers.
A missing person. Juyan. The one you're looking for. Is he an average person? Not...
Yes. Have you seen him? Is he all right?
I met him once. He's not officially enlisted, but he seemed determined to join us. He's been secretly following our troops since last year. I think a quartermaster of the rear guards escorted him away, so if he's not in the... He must be in the rear guards camp. He can't be anywhere else. The actual front lines are right up ahead, and we, the Midnight Rangers, would never allow non-servicemen to approach and risk getting killed.
Thank you.
Now, if you're heading that way, I have a request for you, my outrider comrade. On your way there, you should run into 2 detection beacons. They just went offline.
Sure, we will.
Great. I'll send the coordinates to your terminal.
Nutze den Sensor, um die Patrouillenroute zu bestätigen. Wie nutze ich denn den Sensor? Ah, Levitator.
The loot we find is not part of my pay. It's all yours.
Is that the beacon?
They don't look like soldiers.
Oh, nothing really. You see, we're just on our way south to the city.
Excuse me, about this detection
Run, everyone!
I can't move. So hungry.
Oh, please don't arrest us! We really had no choice.
What happened? Do you need...
The battles are getting real bad up north, and we couldn't live there anymore. Figured we have to go back to the city. We ain't eaten in ages, and we're broke. Some of us can barely move, because we're so... Then we found some expensive-looking stuff here. Now that the military's out there fighting and nobody's really using these things, we thought it might get us a few pennies.
A damage detection beacon might result in a sudden TD invasion from the direction it covers. Our frontline troops would face attacks from both sides. Have you thought about the consequences?
We ain't got the time for that. If we don't steal, we'd starve to death before the Tacit Discords kill us.
You shouldn't be stealing public property. Please, there's still some distance from here to Jinzhou City. Here, you can have my flatbreads. Oh, and here's some money. This should be enough for you to reach the city.
You're giving us all of these? Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you! Come over and say thank you before you eat.
It was nothing. Master once told me, the sage takes care of all men and abandons none.
Watch out!
A tough nut, ain't you?
I just helped you. Why did you attack us?
Feeding us all with your bread and pennies. Hand over your goods and grub, or face the consequences. We ain't messing with no kids, but don't test our patience. Just do as you're told. Don't make it tough on yourselves, or you'll be lucky to leave in one piece.
I will not bend to injustice.
We're begging you! Stop! We surrender! Take us in!
Why did you attack us when I already gave you food and funds? Do you have other mouths to feed, aside from what we see here?
They seem trained. These are not ordinary people.
Of course we're ordinary people. We just joined the exiles recently. We done some wrongs. Tried to run from the patrollers and left the city, but dang, didn't know the battles up north were so crazy. Our new boss ran out of food before we could even figure out the camp.
Then we ran out of food and cash halfway, so we turned to thieving. We ain't got the balls to rob the army, but with stuff just sitting around. Well, hey, since you're being so generous, how about you throw a little extra cash our way? There's a bunch of us, some injured too. Your first amount ain't gonna cut it.
Wait. What I gave them was enough for them to make it to Jinzhou. Even I used to travel alone when I left my master. I know how much it takes for someone to...
Hey, what's wrong with you, girlie? It won't hurt to give us more.
Pain comes with coveting. He who knows he has enough is rich. It was only meant to sustain you long enough for you to reach the city.
You don't understand, girl. You don't make money very easily in a time like this. If we can't find jobs in the city, we're gonna starve again.
I came from a seclusive place, learning the ways of the world from scratch. It's been a hard time, but even I have managed to make a living with my own hands. If you really can't find any job in the city, come to Liu Xian Tea House and ask for Jian Xin.
Fine. We'll go. Hurry, move, let's get out of here. I'm not listening to this lecture anymore.
No, I wasn't trying to... Wait. Please put that down.
Quite the sharp eye you got. Fine, here you go.
Is this the only detection beacon you messed with?
Heck yeah. The first one we were trying to steal and you bumped right into it.
Really? Then why does that one over there seem broken?
That ain't got nothing to do with us. It's been that way for ages. Plus, we ain't ever reaching it with all those thorns.
I see. The military's base is not far from here. Shall we fix the beacons before going?
Okay. Okay, das war jetzt einfach nur geraten. Okay, let's go.
What's it gonna be this time?
Snip, snap. Oder nee, snip, snap.
Swift and resolute. Target confirmed. It's time. Fight for me.
I trust you can use it to the full.
Und wieder. Tschüss. Hier dieser Riesengolem, Stufe 10, der wäre cool zu haben.
Banish all vice.
Oh.
This should come in handy. It's time. Misery follows. Exterminate. It's time.
Okay, mit dem legen wir uns besser nicht an. Der ist Stufe 45.
It's time.
I'll save the day. Lucky me, lucky you. What's it gonna be this time?
The loot we find is not part of my pay. It's all yours. Fight for me. Stay calm.
Evils be gone. Universe in my psyche.
Target confirmed. Unleash the fans.
Was ist das denn Schönes? Verwandelt dich in Carapax. Angriffe aus von die Aero-Schaden verursachen. Ja, das ist dann ja was für sie. Bin mal gespannt. Oh, Sanua. Bilder, die man sich da kaufen kann. Ah.
The thorns are blocking our path. Weird. We'll have to clear them before we can reach the beacon. Oh, please be careful. They look sharp. Maybe we can find something nearby to help us deal with them.
Perfekt.
It's time.
Die, Goat.
It's time.
Master Tianxing, are you alright?
This is my first time on a battlefield. It feels so different here.
I know another shipment of supplies has just arrived. I've confirmed it, but it's not nearly enough. We must reach out to the city again and demand more supplies immediately.
But the approval process...
Tell them it's an emergency. We are working around the clock here. Any delay could mean the end of... I'll talk to them if you can't make them listen. Now go, go, go. Move, move. What? You new here? Are you backups too? Wait, you don't look like one of us.
I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers, and they are...
Excuse me, one moment please. Careful! This chest holds vital medical supplies. If the wounded return and find no medicine, it's an outrider. So, you were part of the backup force, right? Now, I've got wounded... Oh, sorry, have to answer this. Yes? What, an overclocked resonator? Understood. I'm sorry. Could you do me? The wounded soldiers are being sent back from the front lines. We need someone to escort them to the medics.
What exactly do you need?
Just make sure they are safe. The medics will take care of their... Thank you.
It's so busy here. It looks like they don't even have the time to catch their breath.
Supplies? Medical care?
So this is what a real war looks like.
Most people would never have the chance to witness any of this. It's natural. I think this is exactly what our military...
Wir kümmern uns jetzt erstmal um die verwundeten Soldaten.
Are you all right?
I'm okay. I'm just a little out of breath.
Du siehst
It's
nicht gut
okay.
aus.
I'm fine.
I'll go find a medic.
Du hast den Sanitäter geholt, um sich um Xinyu zu kümmern. Hilfe.
Like I said, it's not a big...
Please calm down. Your wound is...
That's barely a scratch. You can't stop me. That's not bravado. My wounds can close on their own. It's my resonance ability.
Stop squirming, will you? Wait, please hold him still for me.
Sure.
Thank you for your assistance. You must be tired.
They look badly injured.
Don't worry. I've heard from veterans that soldiers used to be ordinary people, not resonators. The battles, but things have improved. Each injury represents countless tacit discords eliminated by our brave soldiers. Resonators in the Midnight Rangers are incredible.
They are the ones keeping our people safe. What I've been doing is not worth...
Please don't put it like that. Without your help, we couldn't have helped so many wounded soldiers. Now that they're all safe, you should go and take care of your own issues.
Thank you. May I ask where the quartermaster is?
The quartermaster isn't here. He's on the...
Rover, where are we going next?
Here are...
Oh, great. You have my thanks.
Piu! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Und da oben wahrscheinlich noch das 8.
Fuck! Have you confirmed the inventory? What about the spare list? You, deliver this list to Asher. You're not Ewa. Where is she?
Excuse me. I'm an outrider of the
So, he never sent a letter home? The Midnight Rangers are no longer... Oh, we sent him back to the city. With the battle escalating, it's getting increasingly dangerous. Oh, now I remember. He should be currently on the...
Sure. Please excuse me. I'll join you later.
What are you doing? Oh, please excuse me. Thought that was a grenade. Is this... Well, it's not a local fruit, so we... Currently... What more do I...
Da ist er doch. See you on. Huh.
Master Tianxing.
Yes, I found Zhuyan. We will... I heard you two still have other matters to attend to. When you have the time, it's my great pleasure to have met you.
Us running into Master Tianxing, what have you thought?
I think.
So mad at those tasks. We haven't reached the front.
General!
Da ist er.
Follow the Qinglong to war!
Oh.
Tell truth from facade. Break! Time to fight back.
Oh, it's so sick.
Another day.
Ich hatte eine Vision.
Oh, I was worried. You just stood there and gazed into the distance. You were unresponsive when.
It felt as if I was seeing through the eyes of a tacit discord. I think I saw what was happening in the Norfall Barrens.
Schreibe zuerst die Frau in Rot. Die Frau in Rot?
An opposing warrior wielding the front lines are not far from your vision. The battle itself, the streams from the Norfolk Barrens feel more suffocating than Rover, but I didn't hear anything.
Vielleicht kann ich...
Rover?
According to Baja, the leaves showed residual fluctuations of tacit discords. Those fluctuations pointed to a certain set of coordinates.
And that is... Teacher Village in the Central Plains.
Es ist eigentlich schon komisch, wie die Akte manchmal enden. Hier in dem Spiel. Muss ich tatsächlich sagen.
As I make myself reflect, Rover, perhaps you can...
Ja, und das sind jetzt so... Das ist jetzt unser Kopfgeldabzeichen.
I'll fire it up.
We still have a long journey ahead of us. Let's press on.
This must be the place. I sensed something ominous from the leaf back there, but I couldn't pinpoint its source. And now, the hatred and pain is so strong in this place. I don't even need to concentrate to feel it. Rover. Rover. Something terrible must have happened here. We have to be cautious. This is a tacit field. Let's take out those tacit discords first.
Exterminate.
Evils be gone.
resolute.
Target confirmed. Fight for me. War spares no one. Stay calm. Strike!
Banish all vice.
I think I found something, Rover.
Okay, was haben wir denn?
A ritualistic wooden plaque. But why are they? They seem. I remember.
I see. Let's check somewhere else.
Watch out! Something's not right. Why?
Brother. Help.
It seems to only repeat these lines. Tacit discords attack other living beings because they need to feed on those frequencies. This one probably devoured the frequencies of turning the last bits of a human's consciousness into such monotonous mumbles. Are these words the last cries of someone innocent? I'm sorry. No, that's beyond my ability. I just sensed some complex feelings from it. Rover, I think it seems to be begging for help, but it's not asking us to help it. I can sense the pained cries of this tacit discord. The village is crying, waiting for it. Something truly awful based on the evidence we've found, and that perhaps the tacit field has. There must be something we can do. I'll inform Shuzia about what. Sorry, I know it doesn't sound very. Thank you, Rover. As for the little one here, let's leave it be. The area is a mess. Look, there are many footprints here. Someone was injured.
Oh, really?
These cards. The Fraxidus is likely behind it all.
The Fraxidus?
Yes. I don't know much about the Fraxidus, but as an outrider, it's a group of extremists obsessed with fusing humans with tacit discords.
Fusing humans and tacit discords.
We've seen signs of the above the artificers are the overseers, leaders with eerie abilities and unknown intentions. No one knows their true intentions. Some members speak of world destruction, while others claim they seek eternal power. And there is one particularly insane overseer. He's crazy, a man who sees no order and revels in destruction. I've seen similar. They belong to this one overseer I'm talking about. They call him, if he's responsible for what happened to these.
They call him Scar.
It's time.
Huh?
guess you won't need my self-introduction. Oh, I spent so much time on it.
Das ist also Ska, denke ich mal. Ja. Und er hat gerade Yang Yang entführt. Dieses Miese. Bist du Ska?
If you need to hear it from me, then yes, I am Scar, cruel and twisted maniac.
Wo ist Yang Yang?
We deserve a meeting free of such disturbances, don't... The girl, she's gonna sway your judgment.
Was willst du?
Don't worry, I don't plan to make you hate me just yet. She is safe now. Well, let's just enjoy our time together for the moment. Forget about that irrelevant person, will you? To begin with, I heard you've lost your memories.
Wie wusstest du das?
So, it's true. That makes sense, given how fragile you were when you woke up, or I would have questioned the authenticity of those rumors.
Du hast mich
So
verfolgt.
you noticed. Oh, I am flattered. No need to be so on edge. By now, you should have realized I'm just one of the onlookers. But out of all the onlookers, I'm the only one who came forward to meet you with Before you knew anything about this world, you were already the center of conflict. You are the unknown variable we've been waiting for. Forces have been fighting for possession over you. From the moment you opened your eyes, everyone you've met, including that girl you care so much about, they all knew how valuable you are. The world is a cruel place. You are a living, breathing person, but you're just a pawn to many. That's why I'm here, because I see you as a dear friend, and I want to tell you the truth. I am so sorry for everything you're about to face. But truth hurts sometimes.
Als wärst du anders. Du versuchst nur, dich auf deine Seite zu drehen.
I know you are not one I can sway with simple words. My goal is simple. I just want to deepen our mutual understanding. Come on. Observe the surroundings a little more and tell me what... As you learn more about this world, your true desires will surface. And our little game will become even more entertaining. And before that, I don't want anyone to disturb my precious alone time with you. That's all.
Das hat Cracked Sirius diesem Dorf angetan.
Why do you have to assume we are the culprits? Maybe you should be asking me what actually happened here. I won't tell you everything just yet, that's too boring. As I said, why don't... So go ahead. What do you see?
Ein Ritual im großen Stil. Menschen wurden verletzt, als er des Manns.
Bravo! Didn't think you'd catch on to that. Now, what is the conclusion you've drawn?
Die Dorfbewohner manipuliert und getötet. Die Dorfbewohner haben sich gegenseitig getötet.
I see you don't really trust those villagers. So they were right about you. You are indeed quite exceptional. I like it. Your keen observation, precise judgment, and accurate understanding of human nature. Let me give you a couple more tips. The truth is far more complicated than you think. First, who are the players in our tale? An innocent girl? a revered leader, and a flock of simple villagers. Next, what makes up our main plot? False devotion, fleeting kindness, collective deceit, senseless killings, and the one vulnerable soul pushed onto a path of destruction by the masses. Now, Rover, the story is yours to I'm eager to hear your version after you've learned more.
Hallo, ich bin...
Our story begins here. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village, lived in the day they toiled for food. And when evening fell, they sought refuge from the looming threat of wolves. Fables, stories told, but they always draw from real. The same story gets told by many, and each person brings their own spin. Whatever you learn from it is just one of count, like us now. Caught in a carefully crafted plotline, this village marks the beginning of my story with Jinzhou. So that magistrate led you here to meet me.
Ja. Ist das das kleine Kind? Also, das TD, das Kind... Nein, oder? Dies die Zettel. Ich will Geld, ich will Geld. Das ist... ausgeben kann. Toll, danke, Herr.
One day, a shepherd visited the village. The shepherd brought them promises of abundance and protection. The lambs, drawn in by his words, soon lived in comfort and security. No, quite the opposite. That with a wave of his hand, the shepherd could grant their every wish. His flock obeyed, bowing their heads, pleading for better. They no longer had to struggle for survival, as their once meager lives were replaced. The flock worshipped their shepherd-turned-god, praising him and holding him in the highest regard. What's wrong? Does my story make you... Imagine you were one of those lambs, facing irresistible... Oh, so we agree already. You are right. But the world we live in falls short of our ideals. The shepherd still reigns. It's up to the two of us to make that ideal world a reality. The lambs reveled in endless bonfire parties, celebrating their new god every night, except the one little black lamb. As each night passed, it was the only one to notice how its flock was dwindling away. Rover, do you think someone would give you what you want without taking anything from you? I once believed that too. Thought as long as I paid a high enough price, I could get my desired outcome. But true equality is scarce, always has been. The world was never a fair place. Wouldn't you agree? To receive equal retribution, one must give more and more. When every wish comes with a hefty price, people weigh their options carefully. when they can make someone else bear the price. They all rush to make more wishes. They don't consider they too may one day. Funny, isn't it?
Dieser Hirte hat so im Endeffekt alle. Nicht stimmt.
Later, the shepherd openly blamed the black lamb for the flock's decline. On the next day, the white lambs welcomed the rising sun as usual. But the shepherd introduced an unspoken rule to this village. One, that our black lamb fight. Suddenly, the once doting god stopped fulfilling wishes. Because no more, after witnessing the black lamb's actions and hearing from their almighty shepherd, those oblivious lambs. Little did they know the most fearsome demon was right under their...
Oh nein.
Well done. You didn't let any... Now, I wonder, what is your take? Answer me and I'll reveal who was the real culprit behind the diminishing number of lambs?
Wer war da eigentlich?
Indeed, the direct culprit was the shepherd. He held all the power, fulfilling wishes at a price. The lambs knew the risks. Unfortunately, in the face of such temptation, they disregarded all the hidden risks. If they were given another chance, I believe they would still choose. Inevitably, they accepted their fate and paid the price when they're... Now, my second question. What price did the lambs pay for their wishes? Of course, as always, life was the most valuable thing. Here's my final question. Don't rush. What is the truth you've uncovered?
Ja, und im Erdner-Modus wurde hingerichtet, bloß eine Erde getäuscht wird. So mit all den anderen dabei.
The shepherd was granting wishes.
That's right. Little lambs cowered and huddled in their village, terrified of the relentless wolf packs. Until a shepherd arrived, bearing the gift of wishes and providing shelter and sustenance. Slowly, the shepherd gained control over the flock, and the lambs lived contented lives. But this is not the end of our story. The shepherd found the solitary black lamb in his flock and offered to grant any wish it desired. In exchange, he wanted one of its companions as a sacrifice. The black lamb refused, and it was shunned by its flock, left without shelter or sustenance. After the black lamb's exile, more lambs continued to vanish. The shepherd then blamed the black lamb for breaking the rules and withheld his wish-granting power as punishment. From the very beginning, the lambs knew the risk of making wishes. They too could become sacrifices for those of others. But they always believed it wouldn't be them. Meanwhile, some lambs reasoned that since they had already risked being sacrificed for someone else's wish, it was then only fair to pass on that risk for a chance at fulfilling their own desires. And so they continued to play the game. They all knew the consequences, but chose to remain silent. Fearful, yet greedy, they followed the shepherd's orders and made wishes again and again. Until one day, a brave black lamb spoke up, shattering the flock's facade, their illusion of a peaceful and happy life. The black lamb got in their way, and that of the shepherd's greedy pursuit, sparking hatred in their hearts. Suddenly, they could no longer ignore the blood and ashes of past sacrifices littering the ground. How do you like my story? What really happened here? I suppose you already have the black lamb who rebelled against the rules, and the white lamb, the innocent maiden sacrificed, and the villagers who turned on each other in a ruthless frenzy. They had it coming. All the shepherd had to do was execute the rebel. That's how he kept the flock in check and made fun answer, but no. Not even close. I was never the shepherd. Never will be. You and I, we are the black lamb. The one who breaks... Interesting! Well then, let's see if this black lamb is going to...
Ich habe jetzt deine Geschichte herausgefunden und jetzt willst du noch kämpfen? Willst du mich veräffen? Äppeln? Veräppeln? Okay, doch kein Kampf.
Welcome to the realm of endless chaos. Now is your time to think. Oh, you found us already. Shake and shiver, blink an eye. A flock of lambs comes passing by. Fleece of white, black, and red. Who's the sweetest one ahead? Watch out, my dear. Your pioneers are lying at your feet. Don't rush. One slip and you'll shatter to pieces.
Ich hab's gemerkt.
Fight for me.
Such speed. Such brutality. Can't you see? We are... Tell me, do you want to be the rule-setting shepherd or the rule-breaking black lamb? If a sane person manages to survive in a realm of lunatics, would you call them the last one of reason? Or the sole apostle? Think about it! The shepherd is not the preordained embodiment of truth. Once he is gone for good, the Black Lamb can reclaim the trust of its herd. Then, eventually, there will be none left to be victims or oppressors!
Target confirmed.
Rover!
Such a pesky girl.
Ladescreen ist wieder extrem lange.
I see.
Rover? Rover!
Yang Yang.
I shattered Scar's illusion. That should have been.
Oh! Should I thank you for showing me?
Stay away from him!
Didn't you promise to leave me some alone time with Rover?
With one condition. I do hope you haven't let that slip from your mind. Don't let your improvisation trouble others.
Look at you, rushing in to protect your precious, perfect movement. No worries. I know all the do's and don'ts. I don't need you to tell me what to do. Rover, it seems our happy little date must come to an end. But don't forget my sincere reminders. Let me know what you choose. An unexpected gift? An honest and open exchange? Or a highly risky gamble? The choice is yours. I know how smart you are. You won't make a hasty decision. We'll meet again in the not too distant future.
They're gone. Should we go after them?
Lass uns das jetzt überspringen. Vergiss es, geht es dir gut?
Oh, don't. Scar's resonance abilities appear to involve teleportation and the manipulation of space. He trapped me in confinement, and I could only sense that it wasn't far from here. It took me some time to break that barrier. Sorry, Rover. If only I could have...
Brother.
Huh? Why are you here, little one? I've never seen any tacit discord display such vivid emotions. The brother had mentioned. Yes, that is a possibility. So let's talk about it later. It seems all the tragedies in Tea Tree Village were linked to that ritual. Making up stories based on real life to support his twisted beliefs? That does sound like something he might do. We cannot take his words for granted. Now?
Wir werden doch noch weiter beobachtet.
What's the matter?
Nichts.
Two distinct frequencies of tacit discords. I see. I can feel it in the streams. Over there. Follow me.
In the south.
They are unharmed. Please rest assured. As you anticipated, Scar did not try to kill them. Yes, I stayed out of it like you asked. Is everything all right on your end? Please be sure to stay safe, my lady.
Rover, do you still have the plaque we found earlier? The one broken in half? Yes, as I thought. I just felt a similar vibration from that direction. Please follow me.
It's the missing half. We can piece them together now.
Look, the water is going down. I can't believe it. There is such a big opening down here. I can't believe it.
Nun gut, ich bin mal ganz kurz auf der Toilette.
There is such a big opening down here. How odd. This place should have been soaked in water, but everything is dry here. Even the vegetation is thriving. Did Scar do this? Given his powers, it doesn't seem too hard for him.
It's time.
Please. Are you trying to tell us about something? Where did it go? That girl just wanted to save her village, but those sacrifices didn't lead to redemption. I guess the tacit discord we saw stayed here to convey her last wishes. Please excuse me, it's getting a bit too cold. What was the diary's owner longing for? My apologies. I got lost in thoughts again. I wish I could say such tragedies won't happen again, but I still lack the confidence to make that claim. It was tragedies like this that made me want to become an outrider. To become someone with the strength to stop. I cannot stop the lament. But really? Dwelling on it won't do us any good. Yes, let's go back.
Okay. Aber das alles, die ganzen Nebenquests und so, machen wir beim nächsten Mal. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Falls ja, lasst mit einer Bewertung da. Und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Warte, wir haben doch hiervon noch eins. Das geben wir noch ab und dann sind wir auch weg. Weil jetzt können wir noch einen Pull machen. Einen Pull machen. Ja, zwei. Einmal hier und einmal im Standard-Banner. Okay. Ciao, Leute.